Carl Jung's philosophy stands as a guide for understanding the complexity of human existence, offering profound insights into the human condition and how we can find meaning in our lives. He believed that the path to true self-realization is not simply one of external achievements or the accumulation of worldly success. Rather, it is a deeply personal and introspective journey that requires courage, effort, and most importantly, a willingness to disappear from the external world in order to truly discover our authentic selves. Jung's concept of disappearing is not about escaping from the world, but rather about retreating from the constant noise, distractions, and pressures that the world places upon us. It is about stepping away from the societal constructs, expectations, and external validations that shape our lives, so that we can turn inward and listen to our true inner voice. In the modern age, we are bombarded by the incessant demands of the outside world. From the pressure to succeed in our careers, to the ever-present influence of social media and the constant comparison to others, we can lose ourselves in the race to meet these external expectations. We often define our worth by what others think of us, by how well we perform in the roles society has assigned to us, and by how much we accumulate in terms of wealth, status, and recognition. But Jung argued that this is a misguided approach to living, one that leads us farther away from our true selves. According to Jung, the constant pursuit of external validation can become an unconscious trap, where we are no longer living for ourselves, but rather for the approval and acceptance of others. The disappearing that Jung speaks of is an act of stepping back from this cycle of external validation and beginning the process of self-reflection. This withdrawal from the world is not about running away from life, but rather about creating the necessary space for deep self-exploration. When we disappear in this sense, we make room for self-discovery, for understanding the unconscious forces that drive our thoughts, actions, and choices. It is in these moments of solitude and introspection that we begin to uncover the hidden parts of ourselves, the fears, desires, and unresolved conflicts that influence us without our conscious awareness. Jung believed that the unconscious mind is a vast reservoir of hidden memories, emotions, and desires, many of which are suppressed or repressed because they are too painful or difficult to confront. These unconscious aspects of our psyche often manifest in ways that we do not fully understand, influencing our behaviors and relationships in subtle yet powerful ways. It is through the act of disappearing, through retreating from the distractions and demands of the world, that we are able to shine a light on these unconscious patterns and bring them into conscious awareness. The process of individuation, which is at the heart of Jung's philosophy, requires that we engage with our unconscious selves and integrate the parts of ourselves that we have hidden away or denied. Individuation is the process of becoming whole, of transcending the fragmented, conditioned identities that we have adopted throughout our lives, and embracing the full spectrum of who we are, both light and shadow. This is not a simple or easy task. It requires us to confront the aspects of ourselves that we may not like, that we may have repressed or rejected, for fear of judgment or failure. Jung's message, however, is that only through this courageous confrontation with our shadow selves can we begin to heal and integrate these disowned aspects, allowing us to become more complete and authentic individuals. When we disappear, we retreat into the solitude necessary for self-reflection and self-discovery. It is through this process that we begin to understand ourselves on a deeper level. We start to question the roles we play in society, the identities we have assumed based on the expectations of others, and the values we have been taught to prioritize. Disappearing, in Jungian terms, is a radical act of self-liberation. It is a rejection of the superficial markers of success and happiness that society often promotes in favor of seeking out a deeper, more meaningful existence that aligns with our true selves. This retreat from the world gives us the opportunity to examine the stories we tell ourselves about who we are, why we do the things we do, and what truly brings us fulfillment. As we engage in this introspective process, we may come to realize that many of the things we once valued, such as material wealth, external approval, or social status, no longer hold any real significance for us. Instead, we begin to prioritize internal growth, personal authenticity, and a deeper connection to our own sense of purpose. This journey towards self-discovery and self-acceptance can be an uncomfortable one. As we delve deeper into our unconscious minds, we may uncover long-buried memories, unresolved traumas, or aspects of ourselves that we have long ignored or denied. Facing these uncomfortable truths can be painful and difficult, but it is essential for our personal growth. Jung understood that the process of individuation requires us to integrate both our conscious and unconscious selves, and this can only be achieved by acknowledging and embracing all parts of who we are, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Only by accepting our shadows can we truly move toward wholeness. This process is not something that can be accomplished overnight. It requires patience, commitment, and a willingness to be uncomfortable. Jung's idea of disappearing, therefore, is not just about withdrawing from the world, but also about immersing ourselves in the world of our inner lives. It is about creating space for the deeper work of self-reflection, emotional healing, and psychological integration. Through practices such as journaling, meditation, and mindfulness, we can begin to cultivate a deeper awareness of our thoughts, emotions, and behaviors, and start to uncover the unconscious patterns that shape our lives. This is the foundation for transformation, the willingness to turn inward, to listen to the quiet voice of our soul, and to honor our deepest truths. It is only through this inward journey that we can come to understand what truly matters to us. In a world that is often focused on external success and achievement, it can be easy to forget what is truly important in life. By retreating from the world and focusing on our own inner world, we begin to reconnect with the essence of who we are, beyond the roles and identities that we have assumed over the years. We begin to identify our core values, our passions, and our true desires. This newfound clarity allows us to make choices that are aligned with our authentic selves, rather than with the expectations and pressures of the outside world. Jung believed that true fulfillment and happiness come not from external accomplishments or validation, but from living in alignment with our deeper selves. When we are able to connect with our authentic selves, we are able to live more meaningful, purposeful lives. We become less concerned with what others think of us and more focused on our own sense of inner peace and self-acceptance. This is the essence of the individuation process, the journey toward becoming our true selves, free from the limitations of external expectations and conditioned beliefs. The journey of disappearing into the self is not an easy one, but it is an essential one for those who seek personal growth and self-actualization. By stepping away from the distractions of the external world, we allow ourselves the space and time to discover our true nature. This process is not about escaping life, but about embracing it fully, both the light and the shadow, so that we can become the most authentic and whole version of ourselves. Through this process of self-discovery and integration, we can finally live a life that is not dictated by the pressures of the outside world, but one that is true to our deepest, most authentic self. Jung's teachings remind us that the path to self-realization is not a linear or straightforward one. It is a lifelong journey of discovery, growth, and transformation. The process of disappearing into the self is an invitation to let go of the illusions and false identities we have created over the years and to step into a more authentic, meaningful existence. Through this inward journey, we can finally find peace with ourselves and our place in the world, creating a life that is rich with purpose, authenticity, and fulfillment.